Welcome to our US briefing show, folks. Today, we're diving into a Canadian election happening right now, but with a twist. Tensions with the US are casting a shadow, thanks to tariffs and annexation threats. The race is heating up between Prime Minister Mark Carney, who champions economic independence, and Conservative Pierre Poilievre, who wants to cut taxes and boost natural resources. It's a high-energy contest reflecting worries over sovereignty and economic stability. Moving over to Greenland, where the island is strengthening its ties with Denmark amid US interest in claiming it. Greenland's Prime Minister Jens-Frederik Nielsen just visited Copenhagen, emphasizing the importance of local decision-making and cooperation on Arctic defense. With US military issues bubbling and US ambitions causing some local anxiety, Greenland and Denmark are working hard to keep their bond strong and navigate US interests in this strategic region. And finally, a big one from China. Goldman Sachs warns that US tariffs could threaten up to 16 million Chinese jobs, mainly in manufacturing and retail. With tariffs hitting communication gear, clothes, and chemicals, regional economies like Guangdong and Zhejiang are feeling the heat. But Chinese exports might still stay resilient, thanks to rerouting and competitiveness. It's a tense trade scene, folks, with a lot on the line. Please stay tuned for more detailed insights. CNN reports that Canada's upcoming federal election is heavily influenced by tensions with the United States, particularly President Trump's tariffs and annexation threats. As Canadians vote in a climate of economic uncertainty and national pride, the contest primarily pits the incumbent Liberals, led by interim Prime Minister Mark Carney, against the Conservatives under Pierre Poilievre. Carney, a seasoned economist and former governor of the Bank of Canada, has taken a defiant stance against US tariffs, emphasizing Canada's sovereignty and economic independence, vowing to reduce reliance on the US through investments in infrastructure and energy. Meanwhile, Poilievre appeals to populist sentiments, criticizing Ottawa elites and promising to slash taxes, streamline government, and exploit natural resources to foster economic growth, framing the election as a battle for Canada's future amid external threats. Australian Broadcasting Corporation highlights Greenland's strategic importance and its recent diplomatic moves amid US interest in controlling the Arctic island. Greenland's new Prime Minister Jens-Frederik Nielsen visited Denmark's capital, signaling a united front against Donald Trump's overtures for Greenland's annexation. The leaders emphasized that Greenlanders alone should determine their future, while also managing the delicate diplomatic balancing act of dismissing US ambitions without damaging long-standing ties. Denmark's support for increased investments and defense cooperation underscores their intent to modernize their relationship, especially as Greenland seeks greater independence and faces internal tensions, including accusations of historic injustices and calls for sovereignty. Amid this, the US's military presence and ambitions in Greenland remain contentious, with recent personnel changes at the Patuxent Space Base reflecting sensitivities over Washington's assertiveness in the region. South China Morning Post discusses the economic repercussions of US tariffs on China, projecting that up to 16 million Chinese jobs could be at risk, especially in manufacturing sectors tied to exports. Goldman Sachs warns that persistent trade tensions and tariffs, amounting to over 145% on Chinese goods, could severely impact labor markets, particularly in coastal provinces like Guangdong and Zhejiang, which are vital to US-bound exports. The tariffs are causing strain on regional economies, complicating China's efforts to deleverage amid rising debt and sluggish growth. Chinese authorities are contemplating measures such as policy rate cuts and shifting production to third countries to bypass tariffs, aiming to sustain exports despite the US's aggressive trade stance. The report underscores the potential for prolonged economic disruption in China's export-driven regions, with broader implications for global supply chains and regional stability. The South China Morning Post vividly depicts Amanda Knox's journey of resilience and sisterhood, emphasizing her connection with Monica Lewinsky, whom she describes as a big sister. Knox's candid storytelling reveals her emotional journey from wrongful conviction in Italy to finding solace in shared experiences with women vilified by the public. Their bond, forged through mutual understanding and activism, culminates in their collaboration on a Hulu series titled Amanda, which Knox insists should reflect her story authentically, advocating for creators to have a voice in how their narratives are told. This narrative underscores the importance of solidarity among women who have faced public judgment, highlighting Knox's hope for empowerment through storytelling and her appreciation for Lewinsky's support. The South China Morning Post also explores the evolving security landscape in Asia, focusing on Japan's strategic move to strengthen regional alliances with the Philippines amid rising tensions with China. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's upcoming visit to Manila aims to deepen intelligence sharing agreements, including the SOMIA, which enables Japan and the Philippines to exchange classified military information. Experts warn that these alliances could create a confrontational bloc near China's borders, especially as they enhance surveillance of Taiwan and the South China Sea. Beijing perceives these developments as strategic threats, fearing they could facilitate a coalition that challenges its influence and regional ambitions. The article highlights how these collaborations reflect a broader shift towards multilateral security efforts, with Japan emerging as a pivotal regional player leveraging its advanced reconnaissance capabilities to counterbalance China's assertiveness. Australian Broadcasting Corporation paints a compelling portrait of Martha Stewart as a timeless icon and resilient entrepreneur. At 83, Stewart remains a commanding presence, embodying the role of the world's original influencer long before the term gained popularity. Her journey from a self-made billionaire to a cultural mainstay is marked by her unwavering resilience, exemplified by her candid advice on navigating career setbacks, emphasizing the importance of self-belief and perseverance. Despite her legal troubles in 2004, Stewart's ability to reinvent herself shines through, as she continued to influence through television, books, and collaborations like Martha and Snoop's Potluck Dinner Party. Her upbringing in a hardworking household instilled a sense of determination, and her story of overcoming adversity underscores her enduring relevance in the world of lifestyle and pop culture, celebrating her legacy as a trailblazing woman in business and media. According to South China Morning Post, China remains unwavering in its confidence to achieve an approximate 5% economic growth this year, despite the ongoing escalation of the trade war with the United States. Zhao Qinxin, a senior official at China's top planning agency, emphasized that the nation possesses ample policy reserves and space to maneuver, asserting that Beijing will stay committed to its development goals regardless of external pressures. This resilience is notable given the recent tit-for-tat tariff hikes that have significantly increased trade barriers between the two economic giants, threatening external stability. Nonetheless, China's leadership remains optimistic, pledging to implement measures such as stabilizing employment through encouraging corporate hiring, expanding vocational training, and bolstering public employment programs. During a Politburo meeting, Chinese leaders reaffirmed their commitment to economic stability and support for affected enterprises and individuals, signaling a determined effort to navigate the turbulent trade landscape while maintaining growth targets established earlier in the year. Meanwhile, Al Jazeera reports a historic and provocative development from North Korea, which has officially confirmed for the first time that it has sent troops to support Russia's military efforts in Ukraine. The North Korean government, through the Korean Central News Agency, stated that Kim Jong-un dispatched soldiers to assist Russian forces in reclaiming territory in the Kursk region, framing the move as part of a mutual defense agreement with Moscow. Kim's declaration described North Korean troops as heroes fighting against Ukrainian neo-Nazi occupiers, and praised their contribution to the Russian military's efforts. This revelation underscores the deepening alliance between North Korea and Russia, highlighted by a comprehensive strategic partnership signed last year, which commits both nations to mutual military assistance. Reports suggest that North Korean soldiers, initially hampered by a lack of armored vehicles and drone warfare experience, endured heavy early casualties but adapted swiftly, playing a role in recapturing the Kursk region. The number of casualties remains uncertain, with estimates ranging from around 300 to 4,000 killed or wounded, further complicating the global response. The U.S. State Department condemned North Korea's involvement, emphasizing that such actions perpetuate Russia's war efforts and calling for an end to support from third countries. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Got a question in your mind? We'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything, life and learn. kids and grown-ups too. We've got the A to Z for you. Got a question in your mind? We'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything. Laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too.